You're listening to Career Ready, and I'm Coach K. Getting you ready for your corporate career. Group interviews are a type of interview that is done with multiple or many candidates applying for the same thing. In this instance, it's a bursary. Thousands of students can apply for one bursary, and using the group interview method is sometimes used by organizations to keep the interview costs low, to reduce the amount of time required to interview hundreds of potential candidates, but also it's an efficient way of identifying the best candidates to shortlist and move on to the individual interviews and assessments. Group interviews can be tricky though, because we don't all have the same personalities. Some of us are introverts, some are extroverts. Some of us enjoy talking in social settings because it comes naturally, while for others it might take time for them to get used to a group of people before they start talking and engaging. But it is this personality that the interview panel wants to see. This isn't about being something you're not, but rather finding ways to shine through even in an uncomfortable situation. Do you remember what we spoke about yesterday? Examining the eligibility or qualifying criteria of the bursary. Well, you can use this eligibility or qualifying criteria to determine what kind of attractive qualities the bursary board are looking for in a successful candidate. If you pay close attention to this criteria, then you will know exactly what qualities in yourself you need to highlight during the group interview. The example I used yesterday was, is the candidate able to lead and inspire? Think about what qualities make a good leader. And I'll highlight 7 today. 1, they are confident. 2, they're authentic. 3, they remain calm in stressful situations. 4, they are critical thinkers. 5, they are fearless. 6, they are empathetic. And 7, they are great leaders. My favorite of these qualities is authenticity. This simply means being yourself. To have a successful group interview, you really have to keep focused on yourself instead of worrying too much about what other people are doing or saying. The person who seems to talk the most might not be perceived as confident by the panel. And the person who is always quick to answer first doesn't mean that their answers are right. So taking into consideration that group interviews are used to identify and shortlist potential candidates to move to the individual interviews, what exactly are they looking for? The bursary board are looking for candidates who will continue on to be great students in tertiary, students who aren't going to waste their money or the opportunity to study further. So what does that look like? Or how should you conduct yourself during a group interview? Well, here are my 3 do's on how you should conduct yourself during a group discussion. Number 1, be authentic and confident in who you are. Don't be moved by the actions of others because this shows that you will not be easily swayed by peer pressure, but will remain focused on your own personal development and studies at tertiary. Number 2, be fearless. Don't be afraid to give your own opinions during the group discussion, even if that opinion might not be the same as what everyone else in the group is saying. This shows that you're a confident and critical thinker. Be genuinely mindful of other people in the group or team, and this is the 3rd do. Because if you notice somebody is shy and you bring them into the group discussion, this shows that you are an empathetic leader. Now, let's talk about things that you shouldn't do during the group discussion. And here are my 3 don't do's. Number 1, don't be quick to just answer for the sake of answering or wanting to be the first person to answer. Take your time to think about what you want to say. Listen to what others are saying. Observe how the panel is responding to their answers and then offer yours. Number 2, don't cut off another candidate while they are talking. This is just rude behavior. And number 3, don't show expression while another candidate is talking. I know that this might be difficult, especially if you agree with what they're saying or if you disagree with what they're saying. But don't nod when you agree or shake your head if you don't. You don't necessarily want the interview panel to know your thoughts or your feelings about something before you say them. You want to use your words, and you want those words to leave a lasting impression on them and not necessarily your expressions. Okay, that's about all the time we have today to discuss group interviews. We covered what the purpose of a group interview is. We covered what the bursary panel is looking for and how you can conduct yourself and engage in the group, but also with the panel. Tomorrow we will discuss all the things related to individual interviews as well as the assessment and the exams. I'll see you there. That's it from me. You are listening to Career Ready. Stay connected and continue the conversation with me either on Insta, Facebook, or YouTube at Hello Coach K. See you next time.